Welcome to Unbreakable U. Today's topic, brave. So what are we talking about with being brave? Well, let's first define it. Years ago, I found a definition of courage that knocked me on my butt because I thought that people that were courageous in life didn't feel fear. I thought I was doing something wrong because I was scared all the time. Now, this is because of the way I grew up. Went through a lot of trouble, right? Went through a lot of hard times. Coming from a huge family, we didn't have much. We had to work our way through life. Parents that were not really there. Parents that weren't able to be there. And so when I came across this definition of courage, as an adult, it knocked me on my butt because here's the definition. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the decision that something else is more important. And when I first learned that definition, it made a lot of sense. And so bravery, then, is the behavioral part of being courageous. Bravery means I'm scared, but I'm going to take action. I'm uncertain, but I'm going to do this. I'm afraid, but I'm going to walk forward. I'm headed forward through the valley of the shadow of death. And I'm scared out of my mind, but I'm doing it. So when we're talking about bravery, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm talking about it today because it's so important. In today's day and age, where we're taught to worry about everything, to be scared of everyone, to worry about everything, to compare ourselves to others, and to never be good enough. This is what's going on around us. And when I work with people, and when I coach people, and I consult with people, what I determined is that bravery is a huge aspect to success in life. And it's a huge aspect if you are going to be unbreakable. The idea that the world is not going to get you down. You're going to keep going and you're going to follow your dreams. So that's why we're talking about bravery. So now let's talk about ways to do that in your everyday life. So how can we be more brave in our everyday lives? First of all, let's look at changing the way we view fear. Fear, instead of being something that overwhelms us, should be a signal to take action. What I've trained myself to do, and what I like to train my clients and people I coach to do, is when you feel fear, use that as an action signal. Use that as a signal that something needs to be done. Now, the second step here is we need to go towards it. We need to go towards things we are afraid of, not away from them. In this day and age where bullying is rampant, the way you beat bullying is by changing your mindset and by not being afraid, not backing down. Bullies thrive on fear. They thrive on you backing down. Well, the easiest way to not back down is to move forward. Excuse me. The easiest way is to take a step forward. Okay? So that's really an important part of it, is understanding that fear doesn't disable you. It doesn't paralyze you. You can still move your feet. You can move your hands. You can move your lips. You can talk. Everything I've done in my life that's been of consequence resulted from me facing down my fears. Whether it's getting into schools, whether it's getting into relationships, whether it's getting out of relationships, whether it's getting jobs, taking risks, moving, you name it. It resulted from ultimately me being brave enough to move forward despite being scared out of my mind. The same thing will apply for you. You need to use it as an action signal, and you need to understand that we need to go towards it if we are afraid of it, not away from it. When we do this, we get better results in our lives. When we run away from fear, things get magnified. Things get worse. That problem gets huge instead of small. Right? We still have to pay the fiddler down the road. We just have to pay a greater amount. So go towards it. Change the way you're looking at fear and in your daily life. Allow room for it. It's okay to be scared. It's just not okay to be paralyzed by that fear. And so I want you to learn to go forward. Use those fears that you have in your everyday life as an action signal. Go forward in your relationships. Go forward in your job, in your schooling, in your education, in relationships, whatever it is. Go towards the things that you fear, and they won't be as scary. That, you guys, is the essence of bravery. And that's how you can improve your everyday life, by using bravery. I'm Dr. Leif Smith. Thank you again for sharing some time with me today, and I'll see you next time.